Hello and welcome to Segments with Mark and Amber. Segments is a multi-segmented comedy, entertainment, and news podcast where in each episode, Amber and I will enter the Segments pub, grab a beverage, and compete head-to-head in a classic game of pub trivia. This is Season 2, Episode 8. My name is Mark, and with me, as always, is the Dick Clark of pub trivia, Amber.
Hello, hello.
Amber, a couple of things right off
Yes.
off the bat. This new intro that we've got going on here makes me feel like we're doing a lot. We're putting a lot.
We just add another descriptor word every time.
Yeah. So is it too much? Is trivia and news too much? No. Absolutely not.
No. If you like one, you obviously like the other. No.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think
As far as enticing listeners,
absolutely,
we're not gonna turn anybody away with our trivia/news.
No, I want news, not trivia.
Well, some people just hone in on one.
Yes.
News,
So,
especially.
Yeah. Well, if you need news, we've got all the news that's fit to print.
We're not printing any of
We're
it.
not
Well, you
printing.
did. You printed some stuff.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Things, but we're not publishing.
Let me explain a little bit about the format of the show. Our Segments Pub Trivia season consists of 10 rounds with 10 questions in each round. Each episode will be one round. The player with the most points wins the round. The winner of the most rounds after 10 rounds will be crowned the Segments Pub Trivia champion.
So in this game, the person who gets the most points wins.
Well, no. The person who wins the most rounds. Which actually, because I was totaling
but you win
up.
a round by winning the most points in that round.
Okay. But you could technically, overall, have more points.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we're
Good.
really close in total points.
Yes.
But I've won more rounds.
Even after last week.
I've still won more, but you're catching up.
Catching up. Okay.
All right. At the end of the episode, we're going to ask a question to the listeners, and each correct answer will be placed in a hat for the opportunity to win an exciting prize at the end of Season 2.
Yeah. We're getting closer to the end of Season 2, which means we're going to have to figure out what this exciting prize is.
Maybe I'll get somebody one of the things that's making me happy this week.
Oh.
You'll have to find out what that is. They'd be thrilled, I bet.
Enticing.
Stick around after the trivia, because then you'll hear our segment, What's Making Me Happy, and you'll know what maybe you'll win.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great.
I don't know. And we have a newer segment. We keep changing the name. This time, maybe we'll call it What Makes You Click.
What makes you click? I really like that.
I just came up with that, friends.
That's good. Yeah, that's an Amber original.
As always, if you want to contact us or leave feedback, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SegmentsCast, or you can email us, segmentscast@gmail.com.
Excellent. Well, Amber, let's get right into it. Segment 1. Feedback.
Yeah, so here we like to put any comments that we receive that were not directly related to the listener question.
And I've got some feedback,
Oh,
Amber.
okay, go.
I don't know if this fits here as feedback, but I want to let the longtime listeners know that everything's a segment now. We
Right.
decided that last time.
Yes, we did. That's fun.
Yes. So this is feedback didn't used to be a segment, but
No?
now it is.
It kind of always was. It just wasn't named.
I like that.
That's what we decided. It's just a segment of the show.
It just is a segment.
It's a
of the
recurring
show.
segment.
Yeah, one of the most recurring. Okay, so carry on, Amber.
So our first feedback is from our new listener of the show, Karen. She said, I finally downloaded an app to my phone so that I can listen to podcasts. I listened to the Segments Geography Trivia last night. You guys do such a great job.
That's awesome.
So a new listener starting in. So sometimes you make fun of me when I explain things to new listeners because it seems obvious to the old listeners, but you never know.
It's true. Yeah, I just assumed that the same 10 people are listening, but now we've got a new.
True.
That's number 11.
Yep.
There's more than that, actually.
Well, hopefully.
Maybe.
Okay.
Also got feedback from Laura. She said, love listening to you guys. Angel Falls because it has to be the highest.
So that's a way to remember. The trivia question last time, what's the world's highest waterfall? Angel Falls, because angels are high.
The angels fell the farthest.
In
well,
the waterfall.
The fallen ones.
Oh, I see. The fallen angels all the way down that waterfall from heaven to earth. Okay, good
Awesome.
memory tool.
Great. Well, thank you for the feedback. A little bit shorter feedback that time.
Yep.
But
the other The other 9 people must have been too busy.
They were too busy.
Just kidding.
And of course, Amber already told you where you can leave your feedback.
Yes. We'll tell you again later.
Okay. Segment 2. Pub Trivia. All right, Amber, here we are in the second segment of the show. This is the segment where we do pub trivia.
Yes.
Last week, this would have been the first segment.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
It's blowing people's minds.
People are like, what show am I even listening to? This is crazy. And you probably heard me say that Amber is Dick Clark earlier in the show. And that goes along with our theme, which is music.
Yeah, like a little American bandstand going on here.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm nervous about with these kind of topics is that I fancy myself as a bit of a music connoisseur, which is that's not true at all. I'm not a music connoisseur, but I do like music.
Yeah, compared to me,
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm not a big music connoisseur.
yeah.
But I am a pop culture person.
Yeah,
That
and-
might help.
I think it might. So we'll see. So where are we at with the scores, Amber?
Well,
However it is that you're keeping score.
not an easy way to sum up right now.
Okay.
I have all the scores listed. I just didn't sum them
Well,
up.
I think what I want to know is who's ahead in the game.
Well, we've had 2 ties. 1, 2,
What-
3.
Listeners,
gosh.
what Amber has summarized on our rundown is not what actually matters. We've got our total points, but we don't care about total points.
I have each week listed. I have the topic of trivia. I have how much we each scored, but it's hard to just glance at it and see who's ahead or by how much. It looks like I have won 3 rounds. You have won 1.
So Amber 3, Mark 1, and there's obviously some ties in there.
Yes.
So perhaps, okay, think about this, Amber.
Okay.
I want to honor your value of the closeness of our answers.
Yeah.
And so maybe if we, at the end of the game, we tied. We both
Ooh.
won equal rounds. Then we could go to points.
Okay. So it's worth it that I keep
It
keeping
is
track
so
of the
worth
total. I have 30 points. You have 27.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And so it's very, very worth it. So
Okay.
you are currently winning the tiebreaker. Okay, and now, Amber, I am opening laughgaff.com, the app on my phone. Everybody, I encourage you to get out there, download laughgaff.com. We need it in these hard pandemic days.
Yeah, it's really pulling its weight.
Yeah. Has it really been the light for Amber and I during these days? Yes. It's kept us going.
Weeks and weeks of darkness with little glimpses of light from Laughgaff.
Just turn on Laughgaff. All right, we are in round 7. It's music trivia. The fun questions and answers featured in round 7 of our bar trivia quiz cover the world of music, including pop music and classical music. Oh, so
Okay.
there we go. All right, Amber, do you have a beverage?
I do. This evening I am drinking Jacob's Creek Chardonnay,
Oh my,
which
that
I
sounds
picked
very
for
fancy.
2 reasons. I know. One of them is because it described it as having a slightly oaky taste, which I like, and also because it was one of the wines that's priced over $10 normally, but on sale for much cheaper.
Okay.
That's what I like to
that's
find
great.
is the one that's over $10 normally, but is much cheaper.
So over $10 normally, cheaper than that, and is oaky.
Yes.
Is it red?
No, it's a white.
It's a
and
white.
It's chilled.
And
Yes.
what did you say it was?
Chardonnay.
Okay.
Jacob's Creek Chardonnay. No sponsor.
Okay. Yeah, Laughgaff nor Jacobs Creek will sponsor us, though we keep asking them. Amber, how would you rate it?
I
How
really
many-
like it.
How many orange segments would you give it?
Oh my gosh. Out of,
7.
oh, that's a weird amount of segments.
5 segments.
Out of 5, it's such a, it seems like I'd have an even number. It's a created thing.
Oh, I don't know. 10
I
segments.
think created things only have even numbers. I just came up with that.
I was like, what are you talking about? Okay.
Out of 10, I'll give it a, I don't know, man, an 8, a 9. I like it a
Wow,
lot.
she likes it a lot. There we go. I am cracking open a Bell's Lighthearted Ale, which is a nice low-cal IPA from our friends at Bell's Brewery right here in Kalamazoo.
Nice.
And it is time to jump into the trivia.
Here we go.
I think that intro to segment 2 was longer than all of segment 1.
Yeah.
Okay, but here we go. Amber, which singer's real name is Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta?
In case you are listening for the first time, we're writing our answers on whiteboards where each other can't see them, and then we will reveal at the same time.
Okay. I am saying Gwen Stefani.
I'm saying Lady Gaga.
Oh, boy, this is exciting. It's Lady Gaga.
What?
Cool.
Mark is a good loser. There's no way to say that. I was trying to make it funny, but it's real bad to say you're a good loser.
Good loser, Mark. Okay,
The
cool.
best loser.
Okay. Question number 2. In which city is Jim Morrison buried? I watched the Doors movie a long time ago.
I did too.
But I don't remember anything about it.
Nope.
I'm going to say Nashville.
Oh, that's a good guess. I said San Francisco. I don't know.
Let's find out. The answer, Paris.
Whoa. I did not expect that.
Paris. So, no, I did not expect that.
I thought maybe in the desert because he had that dream about the Indian in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that him or was that Wayne's
Yeah.
World?
Well, I think both.
Okay. Oops, we both got that wrong. Let me mark that down.
Number 3. Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo are the sons of which American female pop star? Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo. Okay. No idea about this one. Amber, I said Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Does she have kids?
I'm well, yeah. I got Bobby Jr.
Okay.
I said Gwen Stefani,
Oh, my
which
goodness.
I know it might just be in my head because you said it earlier, but I feel like I've literally seen this person in like a People magazine with Kingston. The other two didn't sound familiar.
It's Gwen Stefani.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
People magazine pays off.
I like when you said, and I said, does Whitney Houston have kids? And she said, and you're like, yeah, I mean Bobby Jr. Oh, snarky.
I'm not even sure that's right. It's a girl. I think her name's Bobby. I don't know.
Feels like you're pretty sure. Number 4. What title is shared by a 1983 Lionel Richie song and a 2015 Adele song? I said, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. They're not the same song? No, they're not.
Who would know?
Okay, we both got that one. That's good. I didn't click on the answer. Yes, it is hello.
Okay, shoot.
Shoosh. Okay, number 5. Now we're cooking. The Grand Ole Opry is a weekly country music concert held in which U.S. city? What is that one place called?
Uh-oh. I think I've guessed the wrong place.
Well, I think that's you guessed what I guessed. I'm just wondering if I'm wrong and the Grand Ole Opry is in this other place.
I am thinking of another place as well.
Boy, I just don't know. I'm going with my second choice. I'm going with the second guess.
Okay.
I'm saying Branson.
Yeah, that was my second choice. I said Nashville.
I went with Branson. It's Nashville.
Aw.
Dang it. I outwitted myself.
I definitely thought of that.
Something is in Branson.
Yeah, it's a place.
It's a place with things. Okay. Which musical note has half the value of a crochet? I don't know what that is. Crotchet. What musical note has half the value of a crochet? I do not know. I don't even know how to answer this question.
That seems weird. I mean, I certainly don't. But you've been in band and had music lessons.
I've never heard this term. It's very interesting. I have no idea. I said a quarter note.
So did I.
Oh my gosh!
Because it seems like it's a small amount if it's half of
no.
something.
It's the quaver.
Quaver is half of a crochet.
What does that mean?
Oh, listeners, if you got that right, you better let us know so we can honor you.
Please, that's incredible. A quaver. Okay, I might have to ask conductor Tom
Oh, yeah.
with the Academy Street Winds, which I am a premier member of.
You could just bust out that question and then, excuse me, Conductor Tom, which note has half the value?
That's crazy. Okay, question number 7. Which record company started life as Tamla Records, founded by Berry Gordy Jr. in 1959? Okay. I said Sony.
I said Empire.
Nice.
Can't think of
Amber.
anything else.
Motown.
Oh.
Motown, Philly, back again. Diddle-diddle-oo. Remember that song?
Yeah. Motown's right here in our state.
Belle Biv DeVoe. BBD. Oh, no. That wasn't Belle Biv DeVoe, was it? ABC, BBD, East Sound Family.
Who?
Never skipped.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Guys, who did sing that song? Motown, Philly, back again. Question number 8. Oh, my gosh. Which composer wrote the opera La Traviata? Which
right.
composer wrote the opera La Traviata? I don't know.
It'd be amazing if you pulled it out at this point. I don't. I
Yeah,
certainly don't.
yeah.
I just wrote down the only composer I could think of. Sounded vaguely Italian.
I'm going to say Chopin.
Okay. I said Vivaldi.
Oh, Vivaldi.
I'm not even sure.
Giuseppe Verdi. He's one of them.
Sure.
All right, we're getting back into our spot here. Amber?
They did warn us it was going to be classical and pop.
The song Crocodile Rock was the first U.S. Billboard Hot 100 #1 single for which singer? All right. I said Elton John.
I think you're right. I said Bruce Springsteen.
Let's see. Answer is Elton John.
Nice job, baby.
Okay. Now we're cooking. Last question. Which American bluegrass singer holds the record for the most Grammy Award wins by a female artist?
Oh.
American bluegrass country singer. Oh, man, I bet I'll know this name, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. This is not it. But this is what I'm going with because I can't think of it. I said Emmylou Harris.
I said Martina McBride.
Okay. Alison Krauss.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't think of the
yours
name.
was closer to that.
Yeah, well, not really that close. But, Amber, what was the final score?
The final score was 4-2. 2-4.
Oh, boy. Okay, Amber, congratulations. You did a great job
Thank
winning
you.
the
I'm impressed
music.
with music.
Yeah, you won music.
We know geography a lot better than we know music, but still.
Yeah. So next week, next episode will be exciting. Round 8 is TV and entertainment trivia
Ooh,
questions.
whoop, whoop.
So you know that's going to be good.
You know it is.
Segment 3. What makes you click? What does make you click? Amber, I had a bunch of news stories that I wanted to bring today, and so I had to narrow it down to my top 5.
Do you think Google's just gotten really good at throwing you things that will make you click, or do you think your interests are broadening?
No, I think maybe Google's getting better.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, I don't know. First off, they know I like Donald Glover.
Oh, right.
So, Amber, we got the first story here is that Donald Glover announces a new Mr. and Mrs. Smith project with
Ooh.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh.
Who's Phoebe Waller-Bridge,
I
Amber?
love her. She's in Fleabag and a couple other things I've watched.
Okay, and so you know that this was that great vehicle with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, I believe, back in the day.
Yeah, Donald Glover, these would be the 2 stars?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And so
They both have a very, a comedic edge to them, for sure.
Yeah.
I would not put them together, but we'll see what happens.
And so I don't know. I guess I could click and
Be careful whoever they're married to, because Mr. and Mrs. Smith breaks up marriages.
yeah, and so it's based on the 2005 film starring Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They're teaming up for a killer collaboration. Glover, 37, announced a new project with Waller-Bridge, 35, on his Instagram stories on Friday, sharing a video of himself dancing alone before the cutting to footage of the award. I don't know what that means. I think that's the award-winning Fleabag creator and actress.
Ooh.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, he wrote Donald Glover times Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh, this could be great.
In the video, Waller-Bridge leans against the door frame in a similar fashion to Angelina Jolie's pose in the movie poster for the original.
So was the premise of the original that neither knew that they were spies? Or they did know they were?
They both knew they were spies. Neither of them knew the other one was a spy.
Well, it'd be weird if they didn't know themselves were the spy.
Well, isn't that what you just said, though?
No, I thought I was saying the other way.
Okay, well,
yeah,
yes.
it was a good movie. It makes me sad every time I think of it because of poor Jennifer Aniston. She lost Brad Pitt over that.
Well, word on the street is Brad Pitt's not that great.
Okay, true.
So maybe it really freed her up. Who's she with now?
I don't know. She was with Justin Trudeau, and they're done. Or,
Justin
no,
Trudeau?
the other one.
Oh,
Which
Thoreau?
Justin Thoreau?
Okay.
I think Thoreau's the.
No, Trudeau is the
Oh,
Canadian
Thoreau.
Prime Minister. I think.
Man, that's tough. That
It
is
is
tough.
tough.
That's worse than that Dermot Mulrooney and the other Dermot.
Yes, it is. All right. This piece of news, Amber, I pulled out specifically for your brother, friend of the show, just friend, really,
Okay.
and brother.
I have two brothers that listen.
Yes, but this one was specifically for the Adam one.
Okay.
Okay. Pedro Pascal to star as Joel in the Last of Us HBO series based on the video game. So Adam often tells me that his favorite video game is The Last of Us. It is a video game. It's a zombie game, but it's got a great story, apparently. And it's got a real twist on what makes the zombies.
Oh, interesting. Probably love.
It's love. Well, apparently this is a real reality that there is
Zombies?
there's some sort of a fungus that grows on ants that takes control of them.
Ooh.
And the ants leave their colony and do things that serve to the benefit of the fungus.
Ooh.
Like that's a reality. Like
Cool.
that's a
Yeah.
whatever. Adam told me that just
Like
today.
a parasite, but it takes over you kind of a thing.
Yes, and
Cool.
so that eventually moves up and starts taking over humans. So they're not dead; they're just taken over by this fungus.
That is a good idea.
So
I'm never going to play the game, though, so I'm glad it's a movie or a show.
it's going to be a HBO series.
Oh, man. Pedro Pascal is hot right now.
He's how hot right now. In one of the biggest TV castings of the year, the Mandalorian star Pedro Pascal is set to headline The Last of Us, HBO's high-profile series adaptation of the Sony PlayStation franchise from Chernobyl creator Craig
Ooh.
Mazin and Neil Druckmann.
Interesting.
And so the fact that it is from the Chernobyl creator, and we loved Chernobyl.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Talked about that on the show, but we loved Chernobyl. Let me see here. I'm going to give you a synopsis. Joel, that's going to be Pascal's character.
Okay.
A hardened survivor is hired to smuggle Ellie, played by Game of Thrones Bella Ramsey. Whoever that is. A 14-year-old girl out of an oppressive quarantine zone. What starts as a small job soon becomes a brutal, heartbreaking journey as they both must traverse across the U.S. and depend on each other for survival.
Oh, Bella Ramsey is also in, what's that show? His Dark Materials. She's one of the girls that runs around the city when they get to that in-between world city.
Oh, okay.
One of the girls that's left behind by all the adults.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I don't know when it's coming out or anything, but they've cast him and they're going to be starting to shoot.
Yeah,
and
I think
that'll
that
be
sounds awesome.
another reason to keep HBO Max.
Good find so far, because I look at the news every day. I haven't seen either one of these.
Well, you're welcome, Amber. This is why people come here to get their news.
Yes, you're welcome, people. And trivia.
Okay, and trivia. So here's a story that I know you've heard because I believe you're the one who told me about it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it popped up on my feed, and I think it's important. It's what people are talking about. Lawyer gets stuck in cat filter mode
Oh my
during
gosh.
Zoom trial. This is hilarious, and we're not a video format. I don't really know how to play. I could figure it out, but so I'm going to put this link in the notes.
Oh, there
but
you
most
go.
of you have found it already.
I can't
You're
imagine
listening
you
to it.
haven't. But if you haven't, you really need to see it.
A Texas lawyer's technical snafu during a court hearing connected on Zoom has led to a lot of catty comments. This is from HuffPost. That's because a cat filter covered attorney Rod Ponton's face during the proceedings, leading to an amusing exchange with Judge Roy Ferguson. Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in your video settings, Ferguson perceptively noted. Can you hear me, Judge? Ponton replied. I can hear you. I think it's a filter, the judge responded. Ponton agreed and explained the situation. I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here, and she's trying to remove it, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. And he added, I'm here live. I'm not a cat. Oh, my goodness.
It's just perfect.
It's
The cat is so
good.
cute, and it keeps his eyes keep darting down because he's probably looking down at trying to fix it. I can only imagine his assistant is his 8-year-old who put the filter on in the first place.
Yeah.
It's
Well, they said in the article goes on to say that it is his assistant's computer that he's on.
Oh, okay.
And so she must have been using the cat
I
filter.
wonder if she got fired.
I don't know, but I bet that's not what you want.
I hope the trial wasn't super duper serious because
So we've all had a lot of Zooms.
Yes.
And recently I've had some Zooms that I felt were kind of important. And it's imagine going into one of those.
Yeah.
Imagine you at work going on, I got to meet my boss, or I got to talk to this person in the county. You've got this stupid filter on and you don't know how to figure it out.
Would it show you, Zoom always says, do you want to turn on camera, and shows me what I look like, which I appreciate. Would it show me
I don't
the
know.
cat?
I've never used a filter, so I just don't know.
Yeah, maybe if the camera was automatically off, that might have been the case. And then as soon as he turned it on, he could tell he was the cat. I don't know. I'm not even sure how you do that.
I don't know
But
either.
that's really funny.
It's too good. And certainly that's been happening consistently throughout
A
the
variety
pandemic,
of
right?
Zoom snafus.
Zoom snafus. Yeah. So
Oh, boy.
some not as funny as that.
No, that was really funny.
That's a good one. Amber, this one I wanted to get out because I think sometimes there's conspiracies rolling around and you just need to confront them. And people know that Segments is a place where they can come to get the truth.
Okay.
And so we're just gonna get to it. This isn't, we don't normally deal in conspiracy theories here,
Oh, boy.
but I think this is important.
Okay.
The Star Wars sequel trilogy remake rumor is preposterous, a trusted leaker says. Have you heard about
Sequel
this?
trilogy remake, like remaking 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, no. The sequel trilogy is 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, because the other one's prequel.
Yeah, correct.
Why in the world would they start with those if they're going to remake anything?
Recently, Amber, the Star Wars community has been buzzing about a rumor concerning a secret project behind the scenes at Disney and Lucasfilm. It goes like this. Lucasfilm and Disney will use archive footage of Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher and essentially paint over The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker with a Disney Plus series that tells a new version of the sequel trilogy. Oh, and just to make it spicy, George Lucas will be brought back to direct the CGI Franken Star Wars.
This sounds preposterous.
Well, Amber, it is true. And I did hear this rumor, and I was like, that's crazy. Could it be that there's such outrage in the fan community, which there certainly is, over these movies, that Disney would actually redo them, that they would make the sequel trilogy there's canon movie, and then there's what they used to be canon. Would they move this into old non-canon anymore?
So
Legends, they call it. Would they move
Jason
it
and Jaina and
yeah, all that stuff is Legends. And so would they make a movie Legends? No.
using a CGI Leia the whole time? That'd be terrible.
She just flies around out in space. She just hovers places.
Oh no, I don't like this.
Well,
I
it's
think
not
Kylo
true. You
is
don't have
great.
to. You don't have to like it. It's a lie.
You said it was true.
No, I'm saying I'm breaking the conspiracy apart.
Oh,
It's not true.
you literally said, "Well, it's true."
Oh, well, no.
I thought for sure it hadn't been confirmed, but I thought you were saying it's a true rumor. Is maybe what you're saying.
The rumor is true. Okay, I thought I said this to start things out. Star Wars sequel trilogy remake rumor is preposterous, trusted leaker says.
Well, that's what I said.
Well, are you the trusted leaker?
Yes, you caught me.
So don't worry, we can still enjoy these movies, and they're not remaking them. They just are what they are. Luke became an old hermit.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too.
I've come around.
I actually think that no spoilers here, but when Luke shows up at the end of The Mandalorian. Well, I guess that is a spoiler. If you've not seen it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You probably have
everybody's
seen it.
So that, to me, redeems Luke's journey and what he ends up being. And so he can be this magnificent, powerful Jedi, but then this terrible thing happens and he retreats. What a normal thing to do.
It's exactly what Yoda did. He was the most powerful Jedi of all time or whatever.
Exactly.
So, I think it works. If they remade the first one and maybe took out the pod race and maybe the part where young Anakin just bumbles his way into destroying the bad ship at the end. Other than that, I've come around. I'm okay with Hayden Christensen. I'm okay with all that.
Absolutely. I got this quote from a Star Wars podcast, the Rebel Force Radio.
Yes.
And he said, at Rebel Force Radio, we appreciate the Star Wars we have, not the Star Wars we wish we had.
Hey, that's a great way to put it. That's us, too.
That's us. We just like the Star Wars that we got.
Yep. Some people out there are just complainers.
All right, Amber, you have had to see this last story.
Okay.
And this is a story that's been popping up on my feed for a week or more, and I've not clicked on it because it freaked me out so much.
Oh, no.
And I knew we were getting ready for the show, and I was like, I've got to bring this story. Even if it's challenging,
oh, man.
I need to bring this news to the people.
That's what they deserve.
And this story is about Gorilla Glue Hair Girl.
Oh, I have not clicked on it either because I'm too scared.
Yeah,
so now you get to tell me. I really don't know.
This is from the New York Times.
It's a big deal, apparently.
A big relief for woman finally free of Gorilla Glue in her hair. And I think that the relief that I got just from that headline is what allowed me to follow through.
Okay.
The last few weeks have been a roller coaster for Tessica Brown, the Louisiana woman who used Gorilla Glue instead of her hairspray one day in January. She catapulted to internet fame last week after posting a video on TikTok in which she called the decision to use the adhesive spray a bad idea.
Oh, my God.
More than 30 million people have viewed it there, along with countless more on Instagram and Twitter. They have clamored for updates and flooded her posts with words of encouragement and criticism, of course, all while piling on suggestions for how to help, but nothing worked. Finally, more than a month after the mishap, Miss Brown had the glue removed from her hair thanks to a Los Angeles plastic surgeon who spent hours on Wednesday using a homemade solvent to get the job done.
I mean, so she didn't shave her head? She still has hair left? I thought they couldn't even probably shave her head. I thought it was like...
Well, I think he had to use this solvent to... I don't think you can... I think that would have been bad.
Yeah, I figured they had to remove her skin and do a skin graft or something.
It went from scary to terrifying to pretty much being tortured, Miss Brown 40 said in an interview on Thursday, and at this point, a big relief. Miss Brown, who runs a daycare and dance team, the Dazzling Divas, in Violet, Louisiana, said that if she could go back to the day it all began, she would have worn a hat instead.
Or not kept the Gorilla Glue next to the hairspray. Or
Well, here's the end of the story. So this one more paragraph, and I think this completes the picture.
Okay.
While rushing to get ready about a month ago, Miss Brown realized she had run out of her usual hairspray, Got to Be Glued.
Oh.
Got to be glued.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Scrambling, she spotted a bottle of Gorilla Spray adhesive, a permanent spray made by Gorilla Glue. She thought that by the time she got home that night, she would be able to wash it out.
Oh, it was intentional.
A month later, it hadn't budged.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So I assume she was doing a makeup tutorial online, and she just reached her hand over, and for some reason they had adhesive in the bathroom, and she accidentally grabbed that.
That's not what happened.
Wow.
What she did was she ran out of her good hairspray and
Which has the word glue right in it. That's Got to Be's problem. Got to Be is
Got to Be.
They should change that branding.
Oh, my gosh. and so I'm just so sad for her.
Yes.
And I'm really glad that she's on the other side of it. And...
Yeah, I saw Gorilla Glue all over my Twitter, and I clicked around just enough to figure out the title. I was like, I can't watch it. There was this a year or two back, a girl who was doing a hair curling tutorial, and it just burned right off. Like her hair started smoking, and she pulled the curling iron away, and this huge chunk of her hair was stuck to the curling iron. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
I thought this would be even worse.
So, well, now it's okay now.
Thank you. I needed to know what happened. I needed to know it was okay without risking it myself.
Exactly.
So thank you. I'm sure our listeners appreciate that as well.
So, Amber, how many segments would you give that segment? The
Oh,
news segment?
that's hilarious. I would give that 10 out of 10.
10
those
out
were
of 10. Come on.
Those were fantastic.
Whew. I figured that you would like some of those. Segment 4. What is making you happy right now?
Well, I'll go first.
Oh, great.
I wish I had, maybe we need to get a soundboard. I wish I had an air horn. Yeah, so I could be like, new hobby alert.
Let me make a note about getting us a soundboard. No problem.
All my favorite podcasts have the air horn, I think, sound. So, you guys, I have a new hobby. I've just started it, so I haven't. Anyway, it's called Diamond Dots with a Z at the end of dots.
Okay.
Diamond Dots. It is a craft thing, an art thing.
Okay.
Picture like a paint by numbers, except instead of paint, you're placing these little tiny faceted plastic chips on this big sticky mosaic canvas. And when you get a kit, mine was $13. I have some friends that are buying them for only $5. And it looks like it did come straight from Russia, you were guessing, based on the language on the packaging?
From my watching of Chernobyl,
yeah.
I would say it's from Russia.
It should look like Russian, you're right. So you get this sticky canvas that has a paper over it that you gradually peel back as you're working on it. And then you get all these little bags of dots, which are, like I said, faceted plastic pieces. And then you have this tool that you coat with wax, and then you use it to pick up the individual pieces and place them on the canvas. And the canvas is filled with symbols. It's a little bit tricky. I don't know why they didn't just use numbers, but I guess maybe the circles are too small to be able to see a number clearly. So there's like an open star and a dark star, and there's a semicircle, and there's a arrow facing right and an arrow facing left, and a right side up triangle and an upside down triangle. So you look at the shape that you want to fill in, and then there's a guide on the side of the thing that tells you, okay, the upside down triangle is number 3486. And then you look at this other sheet that tells you 3486 is in bag number 6. And then you get that bag and you dump out some of the things and you put them on. The bags do have the long number 3486 and the short number 6, but it came with 24 bags, so I needed to put them in numerical order. So I have to use both guides every time I pick one. I'm sure this sounds really confusing, but I'm telling you, if you like paint by number, longtime listeners will remember there was a fantastic color by number app on my phone that I loved until it fried my phone and made it really hot and it wouldn't turn on, so I had to delete it. This, I think, is going to satisfy that. Wow. The only problem is you can't zoom. So the things are very small. Like I showed it to my mom and she didn't think that she would be able to do it. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to focus in on little tiny things, but it sort of gives me the same vibe as doing a jigsaw puzzle. I can listen to a podcast. I'm not looking at a screen. It feels very relaxing and zen-like. So let me know if you've tried them, people, or if you want to try them now that I've given my great spiel.
That's awesome. I couldn't figure out what you quite meant by you couldn't zoom it. Like I was thinking Zoom call, but you meant like you can't get closer to
yes,
it.
That was the good thing about the color by numbers. It would have little tiny parts, but you could zoom in to see what they were.
Has it gotten easier to identify the symbols as you go along?
No.
Wow.
Like some of them, when they're all clumped together, it's really easy, but for some reason, they'll just scatter some random ones in there. So I peel back my adhesive corner. I'm working on that corner while it's all sticky before it dries out. I think it'll take a long time to dry out. But anyway, I'll think like, okay, I found all the right facing arrows. I've looked really hard. I found them all. I put that color bead away. I get out another one and there's another right facing arrow. So, and sometimes I have to like stand up and look at it to get a different view, but the majority of them are easy to find.
Okay.
Cool. It's just filling in those ones that I missed.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah. What's making you happy right now?
Amber, we have just received an order. We each got 5 pair of Nordic socks.
We could use that air horn again right here.
New clothes alert. I don't know. And Nordic socks are socks that you order from the internet. And
They showed up on my Instagram before Christmas.
Yeah.
Caught my eye immediately.
And then the other day, I said, Amber, I really like these socks. Look at them. They're very cool looking. And you're like, hey, I like those socks too.
They're already on my to-buy list on my phone.
And so I said, let's get some socks. And, you know, there's a... so funny that you miswrote my quote here.
I know, I couldn't remember it.
Amber wrote it, said, it's not the weather, it's the clothes, or something like that. That's not it. The saying is, there's no bad weather, just bad clothes.
Okay.
So you got the basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so these socks are very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They're not too thick,
Yeah,
which
I was
I'm happy
concerned
about.
that they were going to be really thick.
They slide really good on the floor in the basement.
Oh, okay.
And I think they look really cool.
Yeah, there's different patterns. They have like a color toe and heel and then a pattern on there. But they fit nicely, not too tight, not too loose. They go up the leg a little bit, but not tightly. Yeah, it's just everything's good about them and they feel cute.
So I wish that, well, they don't feel cute to me. They feel very masculine and cool.
True.
Rad.
True. Sexy.
And sexy. And so I wish that Laugh Gaff or Nordic Socks or whoever made your wine would sponsor us, because we've done a lot of really good commercials for them.
You're right. Diamond Dots.
Diamond Dots, so
I
much.
think if I would have got that quote right about the clothes, they might have sponsored us.
I think they probably would have.
Shoot.
Segment 5, Listener Questions.
So last week's question was, name 2 tabletop games with a non-fictional place as the title. I think that's the hardest one we've asked yet.
Definitely is the hardest one we've asked yet, but we did get some great responses.
We did.
First, we had a friend of the show, Bobby Joe. She said, Ticket to Ride, New York. Ticket to Ride, New York.
Right. I kept thinking Ticket to Ride because it's all about places, but I couldn't think of a place that was named in it.
Now, this is a special version. Then Mexican Train, which is a Domino's game, I believe. And Texas Hold'em. It's a classic card game.
Yeah, she went ahead and gave us 3, and I had debated, remember, whether we should do 3 or 2, because I thought 2 sounded too easy, and then I realized I could not even think of 1.
Yeah.
So she did 3. She showed it.
Well, I thought of 2.
You did. I'll read yours. He posted right on Facebook, right in the
It's
question.
the first time I've ever done it.
He said, Terraforming Mars.
Which is a phenomenal board game.
And it is a non-fictional place. And Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yes, which is also a non-fictional place. Friend of the show, Laura, your mom, said Texas Hold'em in Tripoli.
And she had thought of Texas Hold'em before she read Bobby Joe's, because she told me about that right away.
Nice. What's Tripoli?
It's a place.
Well, yeah, but what the game is?
What is the game?
Tripoli. This game, sometimes known as 3-in-1, is a modern version of the ancient European game Pak. In North America, equipment for the game is sold under the names Tripoli, Romoli, Michigan Rummy, and Royal Rummy. In Australia, I am told it's known as Caliente. And in German, it is still possible to buy a board for the game under the original name Pak.
So that board that's on your screen looks really simple, but look at the ones that are on my screen. It looks like a really complicated Monopoly, like a 3-level Monopoly.
Yeah, I don't know. Wonder if they're 2 different games. So this one is Tripoli with an I, and yours is Tripoli with a Y.
She spelled it with an I.
Yeah. So,
That makes more sense. It looks like a card game.
Okay. There we go.
Well, cool. Good
and
job.
Amber had nothing.
I could not think of anything, you guys. I couldn't.
No, it's not. I mean, you're still a valuable and good person.
Thank you.
Amber, what is this week's Play Along at Home question?
Okay, so we are getting these questions from the Geek Out game, which I explain ad nauseum every time that they do not give you answers to these questions in the game. It's more like everybody sit around and try to think up your answers, and who knows if you're right or wrong. It's a little frustrating to some people.
Frustrating. We've been having fun with it for 8
Right.
episodes now.
So anybody could be right, but of course we ask that you answer without Googling. The question is, name 6 characters from Wonderland.
Wonderland. Oh, Alice?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that should be fun.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
I can think of a couple off the top of my head, but I have to think more
Yeah.
carefully if I can think of 6.
Yeah, you might have to read the book.
Maybe.
Awesome. So, Amber, how can people answer that?
Okay, we would like it if you post it, if you answer it on Facebook when we post the question.
Mm-hmm.
If I am on the ball and post the question on Instagram, you can also answer there. I will, of course, see it and count it. I just realized I never posted on Instagram for the last episode, so I don't want to promise that. You can also email us, segmentscast@gmail.com.
Okay.
But yeah, Facebook is the place to be.
Is the place to be. It's watch out for the dumpster fire, and it's. I like to think of segments as a little ray of sunshine
Well, you
in
like
the midst
squeeze-
of the darkness of
Squeeze
Facebook.
that orange juice right on the dumpster fire, fizzle it out,
Fizzle it right out.
answer this trivia question.
Exactly. Segment 6. The wrap up.
That was a little bit
That was
silly.
a little bit silly.
To name that one a segment, it's so
It
hilarious.
is. Good job, Amber. But let's just wrap it up anyway.
Okay, let's
whether
do
it's
it.
a segment or not.
Thank you for joining us. We want to hear from you. You can leave just general feedback. Remember, that's a segment about the episode on Instagram or Facebook at SegmentsCast, or emailing segmentscast@gmail.com, or even on our episode page, segments.libsyn.com.
That's right. And please look us up and subscribe on your podcast player of choice. I wonder what Karen's podcast player of choice
Oh,
is.
yeah. Let us know, Karen.
Also, share the show with others. If you know some people that need the news or could use some trivia, this is the place where people get it.
This is it. You want to know.
This is the
Those
place.
breaking stories.
So thanks so much to Emma for the logo and the graphics.
And thank you to EDM Samurai for our intro and outro music. Burp, burp. What other sounds could we get on our board? Crickets?
Oh yeah, for sure. Crickets and
Mwah, mwah. Something like that.
sad, like a sad trombone.
Yeah.
Wah,
Or
wah.
sad slide whistle.
Maybe that like Benny Hill music.
I don't like that.
Yakety sax.
I don't like it.
I like it a lot.
Oh,
I'm
man.
in charge. So. Now, I want news, not trivia.